Welcome back to News 3 Today at 11. A local group is giving adults with a love for acting an opportunity to step back into the spotlight. We are talking about Second Chance Theater Company. Kara Beth Harbin is the company's co-founder. Allison Stroud is a cast member. Actually, they're both cast members. They join us now with more. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, first off, I'm so excited about this Friday because that is your time to shine. Your debut of your performance of Steel Magnolias. Tell us about that.
Well. So we're so excited. We picked Steel Magnolias. We both grew up watching the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. And just think that, it's a great show for Savannah. Savannah's full of so many strong, Southern, resilient, wonderful women. So we just thought it would be a great show to sort of launch our theater company.
You have a cast of 6 women. Tell us about your characters.
So I play Truvy, who's the salon owner, Dolly Parton in the movie.
Yes,
so I have a big shoes to fill. And she is, she's the owner of the salon. It's the entire play takes place in the salon. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of funny moments, but just like the movie, you're going to be laughing one minute and crying the next.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Yeah, I think one of your lines is laughter through tears is my favorite
Yes,
emotion.
yes.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
a lot of, the show is laughter through tears. I like to say, bring your pearls and your Kleenex.
Okay, so Kara, who do you play?
So I play Weezer Boudreaux. I am the wealthy, old, grumpy lady.
No way!
Every time I come on stage, I'm just in a huff.
Yeah. That's why it's called acting, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So you say, quote, that launching our company with this play feels like a perfect fit.
Yes.
Why is that?
I think we've just sort of been inspired by our community. Just seeing all of the strong women that we've had as role models throughout our time in Savannah. It was just an easy pick, I think, for us.
And we both just love the story of Steel Magnolias and the fact that it is a very Southern show and we are in a very Southern city. My mother is a very strong Southern woman, so I had that role model growing up. So we just thought, and there's only 6 characters, and with our first show, it was nothing too big, too fancy. It's a very simple but beautiful story.
Yeah, and you also love acting, and that's how this whole company came together.
Yeah.
Tell us about that and when and how, because this is brand new, right?
Yeah, well, so I have not been on a stage in 15 years.
Yeah.
So this should definitely be, interesting for me. But kind of took a break to raise my kids, and then decided, I want to do something. I want to be back on stage.
Yeah.
And I think so many people sort of get, bogged down with everyday life and
Life
bills
happens,
and
right?
everything that they just, your passions kind of get put on hold. And we want to give people the opportunity to, explore their passions again.
So how does it feel for both of you to be back on the stage?
So I've been a director for 20 years in schools, and so that's how Kara Beth and I met. Her daughter was in a lot of my shows at Calvary. I was a former theater teacher there, and so Phoebe Kate, her daughter, was in my shows, and we just started talking, and we met at Starbucks one day and just came up with this plan of let's get back on stage because we miss it. And it's definitely different to be back on and not on the other end. And there's many times when I'm like, I'm not the director, I'm in the show.
Yeah, but I think it's been very cathartic for our whole cast. I think everyone's sort of talked to us just about, how it's helped them in their everyday life, I think.
Yeah.
It gives them a purpose greater than just a 9-to-5 job. And we love that. We love giving people that opportunity.
Well, here's how you can see the play, the performance, the production. Second Chance Theater Company presents Steel Magnolias this Friday, June 27th at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday, June 29th at 2 p.m. at Victory North. That's at 2603 Whitaker Street. Get there early because there's some surprise, some drinks for some folks, right?
Oh, yeah. We've got some themed cocktails.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, for more information, go to our website, wsav.com/Steel Magnolias.